Good evening. I'm Sam Vitale, the Commission's General Counsel. This is a public hearing conducted by the Lynn Water and Sewer Commission. I want to thank all the participants who are here. This hearing is pursuant to a notice that was published and posted in accordance with the requirements of law. A copy of the notice has been submitted for the record and is to be made a part hereof. We will now entertain comments. I believe the first speaker is the Executive Director, Daniel O'Neill. I also note that there are members of the Commission senior staff present at the hearing. Mr. O'Neill.
Thank you, Attorney Vitale. I'd like to read from a prepared statement into the record. Tonight's budget is the result of the review and input of all departments of the Lynn Water and Sewer Commission. The total proposed budget is $30,190,320. Of this amount, $21,126,740 is allocated to the Commission's operating budget and $9,063,580 is allocated to the debt and reserve requirements of the Commission. The Commission's workforce has maintained a level of 63 full-time employees, excluding contract operators at both treatment facilities. With the current manpower and its associated expenditures, the Commission will continue to provide high-quality, award-winning water and wastewater services to the residents of Lynn. Inflationary cost increases have been mitigated by numerous actions, commencing with refunding general revenue bonds in previous years. This refunding, along with limited expenditures and workmen's compensation savings, has contributed to the stability of rates. These plans have afforded the Commission the ability to propose an operating budget and a debt service reserve requirement that has resulted in no rate increase to the ratepayers of Lynn for 4 of the last 8 years. Unfortunately, a rate increase is necessary to build up the rate in anticipation of the $200 million combined sewer overflow project, a new 20-year O&M wastewater treatment plant contract with an estimated $70 million in capital improvements commencing in July of 2021, and the temporary loss of revenue due to COVID-19. This year, a 4% rate increase is necessary. Commission's recently executed third modified consent decree and its preliminary $160 million projected construction cost is now $200 million due to the need for a pump station to address climate change, tidal surges, and future rainfall events. This project, along with its mandatory regulatory programs, will require additional revenues for years to come. Additionally, a new wastewater treatment plant contract with extensive capital improvements is currently being evaluated and will place a significant financial burden on the Commission. Staff is committed to evaluating and examining all capital improvement projects to assure that all projects are constructed effectively and efficiently. The Commission's capital improvement program, fiscal year 2022 through 2024, includes $3,693,000 for improvements to the water system, $53,605,000 to the wastewater system, $97,450,000 to the combined sewer overflow program, and $3,195,000 to other capital improvement projects. The Commission's debt service requirements remain at 30% of the fiscal year 2022 total budget. During these difficult economic times, we will continue to prioritize the capital improvement program solely for projects mandated by the regulatory agencies. At this time, I'd like to yield the floor to the Commission's Treasurer, Ryan Boisel, to speak on the proposed rate structure and fee schedule.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Treasurer Boisel.
Good evening. My name is Ryan Boisel, Treasurer of the Lynn Water and Sewer Commission. I'm reading from a prepared statement that I would like to offer for the record. The Director gave a general overview of the proposed budget. I would like to speak more specifically on the revenues and expenses of the Commission. The fiscal year 2020 and fiscal year 21 approved budgets added 4% to the rates for the Commission. A new forecast period through 2023 anticipates the need for additional revenues to support the mandated third modified consent order and a new contract at the wastewater treatment plant at the expiration of the current 20-year wastewater service contract. At this time, we are projecting stable sales will contribute to the Commission's revenue for fiscal year 2021 and will maintain working capital requirements. It was projected that revenue from rates would come in at approximately $31,490,460 for FY 2021, and at this time, we are projecting this amount will be met. Revenues will be used to offset the fiscal year 2022 rate revenue requirement and build working capital for anticipated costs mentioned above. A transfer of $5 million was made in fiscal year 18, $2 million in fiscal year 19, $500,000 in fiscal year 20 to start funding these anticipated costs. Working capital remains at adequate levels to ensure cash flow. With that said, COVID-19 had an impact on the Commission's fiscal year 2020 ending anticipated revenue numbers as the residents of Lynn were hit hard financially by the pandemic. As a result of the governor's state of emergency, the Commission suspended regular collection activities, resulting in historic aging or pass-through numbers. The Commission has recently restarted its collection processes, but it would likely take a quarter or two into fiscal year 22 to work with the customers to bring their balances to standard levels. Expenses for fiscal year 2022 proposal before debt service increases the operating budget by approximately 1.9%. Inflationary and contractual obligations has contributed to this increase. Annual adjustments in health insurance costs, pension obligations, and workers' compensation has slightly increased the fringe benefit line item. The 2013 and 2015 financial plan helped reduce Commission general revenue bond debt service and older SRF debt expiring for this period, along with increases in revenue, has been instrumental in mitigating the operation and maintenance expense increase. The fiscal year 2021 expenses are in line with the budget approved by the Commission. The expense needs for this proposed fiscal year 2022 budget is projected to be $30,254,211. In preparation of the budget, department heads' goals were to level fund and cut line items where possible without limiting services to the ratepayers. The Commission was able to keep the expenses incurred with inflationary adjustments as best it could. We will continue to work diligently in two other areas to bring fairness to all. One is to aggressively collect funds, and secondly, continue the meter changeout program to ensure everyone is being charged with complete accuracy. The Commission has been very fortunate in a decreasing interest rate environment to refund/refinance all of the Commission debt, which was instrumental in reducing rates. The cost effectiveness of refunding its 2003 bonds in the fall of 2013 was beneficial, and the Commission took advantage of a similar opportunity with its 2015 refunding of the 2005 bonds. The increasingly fixed nature of the Commission's expense budget has put a burden on the user rate revenue obligation. The rates 2009 through 2018 have been in line with financial planning and have kept escalations of rate increases to a minimum. Although the Commission is anticipating future projects through 2023, it may be difficult to keep rate increases at those minimum levels. Our rate and fee schedule will be presented at the June meeting, increasing the current first block rate from $11.44 to $11.90 or 4%. Going forward, the Commission will look closely at refinancing higher rate debt until additional funds are needed to support the capital improvement plan in fiscal year 22 and beyond. Any new mandated project would add increased encumbrance to the debt service and ultimately pressure the rate revenue requirements in future years. We expect a large borrowing from the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust to start funding of the first two phases of the CSO project this fiscal year. In conclusion, the proposed budget will meet the contractual obligations of the Commission, pay debt service to the bondholders who have invested over $120 million in the Commission system, will meet all bond resolution debt covenants, currently ensure a positive bond rating by both Standard & Poor's and Moody's rating agencies, with the caveat that the Commission is at the mercy of the City of Lynn's financial stability and the agency's view of the impact of the third modified consent decree, and most importantly, provide the ratepayers the services and quality they are paying for. Thank you.
Treasurer Boiselle, were there any written submissions prior to this hearing?
There were none.
Is there any other person who wishes to make a statement or a comment? Hearing none, the purpose of this hearing was to gather information. I want to thank the Executive Director and our Treasurer and the members of the senior staff who are present for their attendance. The Commission's scheduled meeting is here at the headquarters of the Lynn Water and Sewer Commission at 400 Parkland Ave and will take place on Monday, June the 14th. The Commission's deliberations with respect to the budget and the rate proposals will be made at this meeting. Once again, I want to thank all of you for your participation in this year's rate hearing, and good evening. Thank you.